Good morning!
I'm your radio teacher,
I am your science buddy.
and I'll give you an exciting lesson that you'll surely enjoy.
Sci Talks Radio. Education must continue.
Learning is a great avenue.
No one will be left behind. With new normal comes new learning.
New method, new way of understanding.
Keep on learning.
Keep on achieving,
There's no way of hindering.
enriching one's dream.
This is Sci Talks Radio, your number one source of science education. Conveying a half an hour of quality scientific teaching on air.
This is
Sci Talks Radio.
A blessed day to our grade 10 students and to all of our listeners. This is SciTalks Radio, your number one source of science education. I'm glad to be with you today for another session of our second quarter filled with fun and knowledge. My name is Arlene M. Pasqua from SDO Isabela, and I'll be your guide and teacher for today. Grade 10 learners, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I hope that you had a bountiful New Year's Eve celebration with your family. I hope that this year 2022 will bring you more blessings and learnings. I know you're still thinking of your vacation, but this time, you will learn new things in science. Okay, you know the drill. Make sure that you are comfortable and seated in a noise-free area so that you will be able to listen to this broadcast attentively. Please be reminded also that you should already have your meal for you to be able to listen and focus better on our lesson. Also, keep your cell phones in silent mode. Before we start our lesson, let's first check your knowledge about the uses of mirrors and lenses. I will only read the questions once and you can write your answers in any sheet of paper. Are you ready? I know you are. Number 1. What kind of lens curves inward toward its center? A. Convex, B. Concave, C. Mirror, or D. Glasses. Number 2. Which mirror concept explains why the word ambulance is written in reverse in an ambulance car? A. Lateral inversion, B. Multiple images, C. Virtual and real image, or D. All of the above. Number 3. Which of the following uses concave lens? A. Magnifying glass, B. Dentist mouth mirror, C. Telescopes, or D. Car's headlight. Number 4. Which of the following is an application of multiple image reflection? A. Kaleidoscope, B. Car side mirror, C. Magnifying glass, or D. Binoculars. Number 5. What type of lens is used in a magnifying glass? A. Converging lens, B. Diverging lens, C. Focusing lens, or D. None of the above. And that's it. Let's try to check your answers. For number 1, it's letter B. Number 2 is letter A. Number 3 is letter C. For number 4, it's letter A. And last, for number 5, it's letter A also. How many correct answers did you get? If you got a perfect score, very good. But if you got a low score, don't worry. We will talk more about mirrors and lenses later. I guess we are now ready for our next lesson. This is session number 6 of the second quarter. You should have your modules with you and your answer sheets. Go over your things once again to make sure that you already have all that you need. Last session, we talked about the characteristics of images formed by plane and curved mirrors and lenses. We learned a lot about what images these mirrors and lenses can create. This time, we will talk more about the properties of mirrors and lenses and how are we using them in our daily lives. Now, turn to page 5 of your module. We are now on Quarter 2, Module 4, Uses of Mirrors and Lenses. Let's take a look on the short activity under What's New. There, you can see a box with letters. But what can you observe about the letters in the box? Yes, they are somehow flipped. But can you read the letters? Well, this may seem hard, so try to get a mirror or take your module and face it in front of a mirror. Now, can you read what is written in the box? Very good! You are God's creation and you are beautiful. It's true, isn't it? In the previous modules, you learned about the nature of images formed by different types of mirrors and lenses. One of the properties of images formed by a mirror that you learned in the preceding module is called the lateral inversion, wherein your right becomes your left and your left becomes your right. What you did in the activity is a demonstration of this property of the image formed in a plane mirror. That is why the word ambulance is written in reverse in front of an ambulance car. So that when you see one in your side mirror, you can clearly read ambulance and be obliged to make way for it. A mirror is not just flat and plain. A mirror can be curved, convex, and concave mirrors. These mirrors are collectively called spherical mirrors. Concave mirror, also known as a converging mirror, has a reflecting surface which collects light inward and focuses them to one focal point. You might want to consider going to a dentist for your dental health. Dentists use concave type of mirror in magnifying the area behind your teeth to check on cavities and tooth decay. For brighter light, you can see concave mirrors used in headlights, flashlights, and spotlights. In these devices, the light rays gathered from a small source of the mirror are collected and directed outward in a beam. A small light source bounded by a concave mirror illuminates a brighter beam. Concave mirrors are also used as shading mirrors and make-up mirrors. Images produced in a concave mirror when objects were held closer are always bigger or magnified. You can clearly see a portion of your face whenever you want to shave or apply makeup using a concave mirror. On the other hand, convex mirror, also known as diverging mirror, is another type of spherical mirror which has the outer bulging surface that reflects light instead of the inner one. It has a wider view field compared to a concave mirror. This makes bigger objects appear to be smaller than their original form. One of the most common applications of convex mirror is the side mirrors of many vehicles. Convex mirrors are widely used in automobiles and vehicles because it can diverge light beams and make virtual images. You may see convex mirrors hanging in the corners of large offices, stores, and hospitals. This is to let people see around the corners so that they can avoid running into each other and prevent any collision. Whenever you withdraw money from ATMs, you may notice that there are convex mirrors placed on it. This is for security purposes, to see who's behind you whenever you withdraw cash. Some country uses convex mirrors in junction roads near to avoid vehicular accidents. Turn to page 9 of your module and let's try to answer assessment 1. Don't worry, this will be an easy one for you. You can write your answers on any sheet of paper. Identify what is defined in the following statement. You can use the jumbled letters in each item as a hint. Are you ready? Number 1. A plane mirror is a flat surface mirror. The image formed by a plane mirror is called blank image. Number 2. Mirrors arranged parallel to each other can form blank image, a number you can count. Number 3. Blank is a colorful optical instrument in which the mechanism of multiple images is used. Number 4. A convex mirror is used in car side mirror because it gives blank view filled than concave mirrors. And number 5, to secure the store from shoplifters, aside from CCTV camera, store owners hang blank on the corner. Did you manage to answer all the questions? Well, here are the answers. Number 1 is virtual. Number 2 is infinite. Number 3 is kaleidoscope. Number 4 is wider. And number 5 is convex mirror. That's an easy one like I told you, right? Now, let's talk about lenses. What do we know about lenses so far? Previously, you learned that light is not just reflected when it hits a surface. Light can also bend or refract when passing through one medium to another. Light will bend or refract when passing through what we call lenses. Lenses are made up of glass, but unlike mirrors, lens can also be made of other transparent materials like plastics that allow light to pass through instead of bouncing the light rays off. Lenses have two types. We have convex or converging lens and concave or diverging lens. When convex and concave lenses are combined, they produce meniscus lens. This type of lens has one convex and one concave on opposite sides. Let's talk about the convex lens first. Have you seen a convex lens? Convex lens is sometimes called a positive lens. It is characterized by its bulging surfaces that is directed outward, making it thicker at the center than on its edges. It is also known as converging lens because as light passes through it, its rays bend inward and converges at a spot located beyond the lens known as the focal point, causing the object behind the lens to magnify or to appear bigger than its actual size. Image produced by convex lenses can be a virtual or real image. If both sides of the lens are curved outward, then that type of convex lens is called biconvex, typically seen in magnifying glasses. If only one side of the lens is curved outward and the outer has a flat surface, it is called as plano-convex. Convex lens is often used in microscopes. Convex lens in microscopes use lens that can magnify objects 100 times or even more than 1,000 times. The lens is employed in microscopes and magnifying glasses to converge all the incoming light rays to a specific point. Even DSLR cameras use convex lens to focus light rays for and capture beautiful images. The converging lens is used in the projector as well. A projector is used to produce a magnified, real, and inverted image of an object just beyond the focal length of a thin convex lens, and the image formed can be projected onto a screen. A convex lens is used for the correction of hyperopia. Farsightedness or hypermetropy is the inability to see distant objects very well, along with having difficulty in focusing on objects that are up close. And I bet you didn't know that our eye has convex lens. That's right! Our eyes have convex lens that helps it interpret the images it captures. On the other hand, concave lens has thicker edges curving towards the center, causing light to diverge. Hence, it is called the diverging lens. It spreads out light, producing virtual image, making object to appear smaller and farther than the way it actually is. Are you a nearsighted person? Concave lenses, such as eyeglasses and contact lenses, are used in correcting myopia, nearsightedness. Myopia makes distant objects to appear blurry, while near objects appear normal. Medical equipment that requires laser use concave lens, widen the laser beam so sharply access a specific area of our body. Concave lenses are also used in flashlights to magnify the light produced by the source. The light rays fall on the hollowed side of the lens, and the light rays diverge on the other side. This increases the radius of the light source and thus provides a wider beam. Peepholes or door viewers are security devices that give panoramic view of objects outside walls or doors. A concave lens is used to minimize the proportions of the objects and gives a wider view of the object or area. Turn on page 14 of your module, and this time, let's answer assessment 2. Complete each sentence by writing the correct word in the blank provided in each item. Are you ready? Then, here we go. Number 1. Rita, a medicine student, wanted to examine the differences between animal and plant cell. Her observation will made better with the use of blank. A. Magnifying glass, or B. Microscope. Number 2. When you hold a convex lens farther from you to see objects afar, the image that you see is blank. A. Smaller and upside down, or B. Bigger and upright. Number 3. The lenses of our eyes are blank. A. Convex, or B. Concave. Number 4. When you hold a concave lens farther from you to see objects afar, the image that you see is blank. A. Smaller and upright, or B. Bigger and upside down. Number 5. Meniscus lens is used in correcting blank. A. Myopia, or B. Hyperopia. Did you manage to answer all questions? Well then, here are the answers. Number 1, it's B. Microscope. Number 2 is A. Smaller and upside down. Number 3 is A. Convex. Number 4 is also A. Smaller and upright. And number 5, the answer is letter B. Hyperopia. How many correct answers did you get? Well, don't worry, if you scored low, you just have to read your modules once again. So, those are the uses of mirrors and lenses. Mirrors and lenses provide us a lot of practical uses, and they are already part of our daily life, even if we're not aware of it. Now that we're done with our lesson, let's test your knowledge on today's lesson. You can write your answers on your answer sheets. This will serve as your summative test in this module. Are you ready? Set aside your notes and modules. Listen carefully. I will read the question twice. You only have 10 questions to answer. Write the letter of the correct answer, and remember it should be written in capital letter only. Okay, let's begin your summative test. Number 1. Which of the following tells the difference between lenses and mirrors? A. Lenses refract light. Mirrors reflect light. B. Lenses make object appear larger, while mirrors give exact copy of object. C. Lenses reflect light. Mirrors refract light. Or D. Lenses produce virtual image. Mirrors make real image. I'll repeat. Which of the following tells the difference between lenses and mirrors? A. Lenses refract light. Mirrors reflect light. B. Lenses make object appear larger, while mirrors give exact copy of object. C. Lenses reflect light. Mirrors refract light. Or D. Lenses produce virtual image. Mirrors make real image. Number 2. Concave mirror blank. A. Bulges out toward the light source. B. Curves towards the center. C. Diverges light rays. Or D. Creates a smaller image of an object. I'll repeat. Concave mirror blank. A. Bulges out toward the light source. B. Curves towards the center. C. Diverges light rays. Or D. Creates a smaller image of an object. Number 3. Which of the following uses concave lens? A. Magnifying glasses. B. Person with hyperopia. C. Nearsighted corrective eyeglasses. Or D. All of the above. I'll repeat. Number 3. Which of the following uses concave lens? A. Magnifying glasses. B. Person with hyperopia. C. Nearsighted corrective eyeglasses. Or D. All of the above. Number 4. You see the reflection of the analog type of clock without numbers in your plane mirror. The image formed by the hands of the clock shows the time of 10 o'clock. What is the real time? A. 2 o'clock. B. 1 o'clock. C. 7 o'clock. Or D. Is still 10 o'clock. I'll repeat. You see the reflection of the analog type of clock without numbers in your plane mirror. The image formed by the hands of the clock shows the time of 10 o'clock. What is the real time? A. 2 o'clock. B. 1 o'clock. C. 7 o'clock. Or D. Is still 10 o'clock. Number 5. Which mirror concept explains why the word ambulance is written in reverse in an ambulance car? A. Multiple images. B. Lateral inversion. C. Virtual image and real image. Or D. All of the above. I'll repeat. Which mirror concept explains why the word ambulance is written in reverse in an ambulance car? A. Multiple images. B. Lateral inversion. C. Virtual image and real image. Or D. All of the above. Number 6. What kind of mirror is used by dentists in examining tooth cavities? A. Plane mirror. B. Concave mirror. C. Convex mirror. Or D. None of the above. I'll repeat. What kind of mirror is used by dentists in examining tooth cavities? A. Plane mirror. B. Concave mirror. C. Convex mirror. Or D. None of the above. Number 7. Vehicle side mirrors are blank. A. Plane mirrors. B. Concave mirror. C. Convex mirror. Or D. None of the above. I'll repeat. Vehicle side mirrors are blank. A. Plane mirrors. B. Concave mirror. C. Convex mirror. Or D. None of the above. Number 8. Images in a kaleidoscope are examples of a blank. A. Multiple images. B. Convex mirror. C. Concave mirror. Or D. Lateral inversion. I'll repeat. Images in a kaleidoscope are examples of a blank. A. Multiple images. B. Convex mirror. C. Concave mirror. Or D. Lateral inversion. Number 9. To correct nearsightedness, a person is prescribed with what kind of lenses? A. Converging lens. B. Diverging lens. C. focusing lens, or D, none of the above. I'll repeat. To correct nearsightedness, a person is prescribed with what kind of lenses? A. Converging lens, B. Diverging lens, C. Focusing lens, or D. None of the above. Number 10. The sun's rays are observed to focus at a point behind a lens. What kind of lens was used? A. Converging lens, B. Diverging lens, C. Focusing lens, or D. None of the above. Number 10. The sun's rays are observed to focus at a point behind a lens. What kind of lens was used? A. Converging lens, B. Diverging lens, C. Focusing lens, or D. None of the above. And that's it for our quiz. I hope you answered all of the questions. That ends our short quiz. Did you manage to answer all? Make sure that you have answered all the items. Also, make sure to go over and read your module once more if you have spare time. At this point, let us see how well you understood our topic by checking your answers on our recently concluded quiz. Let's check your answers with all honesty. For number 1, it's letter A. Number 2 is letter B. Number 3 is C. Number 4 is A. And number 5 is letter B. For number 6 is also letter B. Number 7 is C. Number 8 is letter A. Number 9 is letter B. And lastly, number 10 is letter A. Please count the number of checks. How was it? Who among you perfected the quiz? Commendable learners. Keep it up. For those who got a score lower than 7, please try to read again our lesson and ask your science teacher for help if you encountered any difficulties. At this point, I would like to greet each and every one of you, grade 10. A pleasant day, and of course to your parents. A pleasant day also to all the science teachers, and thank you for your hard work and dedication. We are now done with our lesson. You can always read your module in advance. Our next lesson will be about simple electric motor and generator. Make sure to tune in here at Cytox Radio. Before we finally end, our warmest greetings and appreciation to the writer of this script, Sadiri Laborte III. Together with the whole RBI production team, I am your science teacher for today, Arlene M. Pasqua. Until next time, Happy New Year and have a great day, everyone!
Patuloy ang edukasyon para sa ating henerasyon.
Sa daan ng pagkatuto ay walang may iwan.
Kaya halina sa Radyo Eskwela!